Hi, I'm Christina. I'm one of the founders of Einwert, and I'm going to show you how we revolutionize real estate valuation. This is Karl-Heinz. No worries, he's not my co-founder. He's the average certified appraiser for real estate valuation. And since he mainly works with outdated legacy systems or Word and Excel, he spends most of his time with manual busy work like email ping pong, manual research and analysis, and writing up to 100 pages appraisal reports. In the end, it takes him up to 6 weeks to deliver one single appraisal, which is a major threat to transactions for portfolio owners, for banks, for insurances, and many more, because it's a mandatory step. And besides that, those clients, they need to spend 300,000 euros on average every year because they have administrative hassles like managing those external appraisers, managing those valuations, and in the end, extracting all valuable data from those antiquated PDFs. But they still can't access their data because they are trapped in those lengthy PDFs. And this is exactly why we founded Einwert, the first value management platform that streamlines the whole process for both sides. So on the one side of the platform, we streamline the process for our appraisers with our platform integrated valuation software, while on the other side of the platform, we enable our clients to be able to digitally integrate with our systems and getting rid of email ping pong. And with that, they are also able to digitally manage and order appraisals via the platform, like ordering a pizza with Delivery Hero, for example. And because the appraisers are also digitally in the platform directly, the clients receive all data in a digital format instead of PDF, enabling them to do the in-depth analysis and make better decisions in seconds. We sell annual recurring appraisal packages as well as a platform subscription fee to our clients. And since our market entry at the beginning of the year, we've seen tremendous traction, reaching our first million in bookings until now, and a high customer satisfaction. The market for value management is huge. In Germany alone, we see spendings of more than 15 billion euros every year for value management, for more than 5 million properties. Together with my co-founder Max, we have all necessary expertise in all relevant areas. Max has worked for more than 10 years in real estate data science, as well as, sorry, the music is irritating, data science, as well as software development, and I was a fund manager myself, and this is why we bring together and had the pain myself. Thank you.
Wait, don't leave. You gotta stay here.
Sorry.
We have some questions prepared for you, and I think the jury is interested in some things, so don't leave the stage. Do you have some questions for her?
Hi, thank you so much. It was a very good pitch. I have one question. You already talked about the 1 million you did in bookings.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on your traction and what or who are your customers so far?
Exactly. So I can jump back to the slide if you want. So you see a couple of our clients on the slide there, and our traction is related to those two packages we sell. So we started at the beginning of the year with selling appraisal packages, like annual recurring packages. You can imagine as a fund manager, for example, you know exactly how many properties you have in your funds, of course. So you need to appraise them every year and every quarter. And this is why we started to sell those packages at a point where our software was only able to do ABC and nothing more. And then over the course of the year, we then developed the platform together with our clients. And ever since then, we also started to sell the platform to the clients with a platform subscription fee, like fund managers and banks and insurances.
Can you give a little bit of flavor around why the software is so powerful?
Yeah, of course. So on the one side, we have the valuation software for appraisers, and that's a software that for the first time is able to gather all relevant information to actually make the appraiser getting rid of the manual busy work. And on the other side, this is what we see here, the platform that our clients use, like the fund managers, for example. And this is something that's very special because in real estate, you usually deal with huge data silos. I mean, a PDF is actually the best example for a data silo, to be honest. And I was working as a fund manager with several systems, no interconnectivity, and we, for the first time, bring this interconnectivity, enabling data analysis in one place.
Next question.
Thank you for the pitch. One question on pricing. How do you do pricing? Is it pay per use or is it flat fees or
per property? Okay. We charge per property. That means for the platform subscription fee, for example, it's a monthly price for the amount of properties you have, as well as appraisals. It's also, of course, per property. That's our unit.
We still have plenty of time left for more questions.
Maybe one more question to the team. There was a slide with the two of you, with the two founders. Who else is part of your team?
Yeah, we already have a high-performing team. So as you can imagine, the biggest part of our team is our engineering, our software development and product team. So that makes a huge part of our team, as well as our customer and valuation team. That's also important. We started with having our own internal appraiser team. Although this is not our long-term model, but it was important for our market entry because it made our market entry super quick. So we also have a couple of appraisers and, of course, customer success managers. And then there's also a sales and a G&A team supporting us.
Can you go back to market size and
Yes.
Give us some more details around how much of that is really like the work that the appraiser does, how much is software, and how that kind of behaves in the dynamic when you guys disrupt the software?
Yeah, definitely. So the market we are disrupting is the market for value management. That includes, as you were just asking, on the one side, valuation, like really appraisals, which are mandatory in the B2B market, as well as all the administrative hassles that customers spend so far on value management. So you can say it's 50-50. That means if we look at Germany, for example, we have over 5.5 million properties in the B2B sector, so not including single-family homes, then we have a lot more. This is the amount of properties. And if you now look that all of these properties have to be evaluated, even if it's not owned by a real estate fund, if it's owned by some company, they need to do their annual report. That means for every annual report, they need evaluation. Or for banks, for example, even though the mortgage is paid out at the beginning of the mortgage, they need to re-evaluate every year to check whether it hopefully fulfills all regulations. And this is where the huge market size comes from.
Perfect. Thank you for the great pitch. That was a great first pitch. I think we don't have any more time for questions, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Our second startup is Fabric. Let's welcome them with an applause.
Hello, I'm Alba, co-founder of Fabric. At Fabric, we're completely changing the way fashion is created and consumed. Let me tell you how. We believe that the brands of the future are the people. In other words, content creators. From podcasters, influencers, TikTokers, there are currently more than 50 million content creators in the world, which depend on brands. In exchange for a fee, they promote other brands' products. But actually, the majority would like to monetize from their own fashion collections. Why don't they do so? Because they don't have the know-how or lack the resources. Building your own brand involves a really long and complex process, from making a design to a pattern, a tech pack, to sourcing manufacturers, also dealing with shippings, returns, and developing a website. On average, an initial investment of more than 100,000 euros is needed only to set up the team and structure. And even though there are solutions for the different parts of the process, there's not a unique one. Until now. Fabric is the all-in-one platform that makes fashion design, production, fulfillment, and e-commerce accessible to everyone. Everyone, yes, because even though our initial target were content creators, our market universe, our client universe is much larger. from entrepreneurs to designers to companies. And this is possible through just a few clicks through our B2B technological SaaS platform. Before, you had to be either a designer or a pattern maker to make your own designs. Now, with predefined modules, the user can fully customize their own garments, and not just the color or the fabric, but also the pattern and add-ons of the garment. The user can also produce, fulfill its products, and also sell online. It has never been this easy to create your own fashion brand. We pivoted to this model in May this year, and we have had monthly double-digit growth since. We plan to close this year generating more than 360,000 euros in sales. And this is the team making this possible. Fabric was founded by Hugo and myself. We are a diverse funding team, and we have 5 other people in the team. We are happy to be backed up by industry experts in this journey. In a nutshell, Fabric is the first all-in-one platform that makes accessible the design of a fashion collection. We have validated the model and are now growing. We have a complementary and experienced team. We are designing the rules of fashion, an industry that has never been digitalized. And in order to scale this, we are opening a funding round of 1.5 million euros. Come and join us in the revolution of fashion.
On point. Let's go for the questions. Let's kick it off with questions.
Can you talk us with a little bit more detail about how it actually works? Like, do you work with suppliers in China, or just, yeah. Let us look under the hood a little bit.
Okay, let me go back. So we've designed this designer tool, making it possible for anyone to create their own garments, and it's very customized. We are connected to 9 manufacturers in Spain and in Asia. So depending on the type of garment that you choose to produce, or the number of units that you do, or the fabrics that you choose, it's allocated to one manufacturer or another. Once you produce your garments, that can go straight to our partners, which is a logistics company, and they deal with the whole fulfillment and shipping. And there's an automatic landing where you can also sell your own products. It's just add-ons, so you can choose to only do design and production, or you can choose to do the whole process with us.
Do you have a next question? Charlotte? Laurens?
Yeah, super interesting. What's your target group? Like, who uses it? Is it influencers, or that's the first question. And the second one is on the business model. Do you work like a marketplace, or is it like a software solution?
Okay. In terms of market, our initial target was content creators, and it's also our go-to-market, right? Because what are all brands doing? All traditional brands are now shifting towards influencer marketing because the acquisition cost of line are super high. So we're going a step back. We are actually enabling them to sell the products that they think are going to connect more with their communities. So that was our initial target and go-to-market. But actually, so many companies started contacting us. We actually have more than 4,000 users in the waiting list to create their own fashion brand. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of designers who haven't had the chance to actually create their own fashion brand until now. And then the other question, we've developed a software. So, it's all automatized, and it's basically a B2B technological SaaS platform.
Charlotte, do you have a question?
Yes. One question on the amount of money you are raising right now. So with the 1.5 million, how do you want to achieve the leader, or to become the leader in the Spanish and Portuguese market?
Okay, we've partnered up with the biggest content creator agency in Spain. So actually in the coming months, we're going to launch the collections of the biggest influencers, not just of Spain, but worldwide. So in a few months, we're launching a collection of an influencer which has more than 30 million followers. So we are there, we are moving towards there. We've only started in Spain and we already have 4,000 users, and we started in May, so the potential is huge. We're raising this round because we want to be able to offer the best service to all the users waiting to use our platform, which is why we want to further develop our tech team in-house.
We have time. Go for a question.
How do you think about quality control and sustainability?
Okay, apart from the SaaS platform that we've also developed a new technology, which is a technology that goes in the garments and is a digital passport of the garment. So the end customer will be able to scan the garment and have all the information of the garment. So for us, sustainability is not only about the ecological impact, it's also about transparency and giving the end customer the whole information about where this garment was produced, how it was produced, the quality control that it had. And also we have a team that manages the whole quality control and makes sure that everything is produced in the right terms.
So you've kind of screened the producers that you work with?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
We would have 30 seconds, but if you don't have any more questions, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm so interested in fashion, if you can see, and I'll definitely talk to a startup later today because I just love fashion and I'm interested in the topic. If you're interested in any of the startups on this stage, take the time and talk to them in the expo area. They definitely are happy if you talk to them. And October is gift season for me. My whole family and friends, they have birthday in October, and I'll buy some gifts. And the next startup is all about this. Please welcome Gifties. Gifties? Is it Gifties? Yes.
Gifties. Hi. Hi, I'm Lisa, and October is not only gifting for you, but 5 years ago, I was working as a financial controller at Mercedes-Benz. And during this time, I was busy with budgeting and forecasting when I got the following task: take care of the corporate gifts for Christmas. Today, I'm the co-founder and CFO of Giftlist. And being a passionate gifter myself, we started our journey as a marketplace for curated and premium gifts. We sold with this approach over 70,000 gifts, generating above 2.5 million GMV with a gross margin about 50%. However, we're not the only one being inspired about gifts, because as a fact, gifting is over 2,000 years old, and since then has been deeply rooted in our society, connect relationships, and really express gratitude. That is the reason why, due to the latest trends with digitalization and the war for talents, corporate has moved gifting to the forefront on how to connect with employees, partners, or even create customer retention. However, remember me when I had the task to take care of Christmas gifts? It was overwhelming. It took hours, it was super expensive, it was stressful, and it turned out that in the end I was sitting in the office packaging many parcels, and it was like just crazy. Exactly with the same problem, we got approached by over 500 B2B clients. Names like Calcedonia, L'Oreal, McKinsey, or Google approached us with exactly the same problem. That is exactly the reason why we founded Giftlist.io. With our gifting as a service platform, we're automizing and simplifying the corporate gifting process. With our B2B SaaS-enabled marketplace solution, we aim to build the next ecosystem for gifting. With our marketplace, we offer above 1,500 products which are locally sustainable and brandable. With our platform approach, we are able to seamlessly integrate in existing HR, ERP, and CRM systems, pulling out data such as onboarding date, budget, location, age, or starting date. That enables us to create strategic gifting campaigns, for example, every new team member starting in Berlin below 30 years old. However, the last point is actually let my finance heart beat faster, because we're not only taking care about the operations, but we're also focusing on the administration as well. Starting with compliance guidelines, but also budgets and in the end, tax limits and tax exemptions. We're taking care of it, and we're helping companies to actually save both time and money. However, the competition for the European gifting market has started, and we're ready to really become the #1 in European gifting. That is why we're now kicking off our pre-Series A round, and I'm happy to jump on this. And besides that, we have 52 days left to get to Christmas. If you're looking for any kind of gifts for your LPs, partners, startups, or customers, feel free to reach out.
On point, but you're stressing me to buy some Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Okay, questions?
You already have that slide open, so tell us a little bit more about your team. How many team members are there? Just a little bit more about that.
Yes. So we're currently 10 people working for the team, and our C-level is my co-founder Stella and I. We have separated our teams, so Stella is responsible for everything that comes with marketing, product, creativity. I personally have the finance background, so I'm taking care of all the administration, about the financing and the processes. And we have Florian, who is an experienced CTO. He has ramped up the ringtone platform Jambar before, and he's helping us developing the platform.
In terms of the market, so where you say you have a marketplace, can you talk a little bit about the economics of how much do you get per order, and just give us more flavor around how the sizing of the opportunity works for you?
Yes. So what we are typically experiencing is that corporates are spending a budget between 20 to 40 euro per gift per recipients. We are targeting specifically corporates that are about 200 employees. And what we see is that they are gifting at least 2 times a year. For example, for onboarding or for birthday and Christmas. So on average, it's going to be 2 times. So we have like an average basket value of 4,000 euro per year. And we have the gross margin about 50%. And we are monetizing mainly through the gross margin that we receive through the products. However, what we do see is that there's like a huge willingness to pay for the services and the automation behind that. So we also have a platform fee.
More questions? Laurens, do you have a question? You look like you have one.
Can you just say something about traction? Like, where do you want to go, and like, where are you now on like growth?
Yes. So we target to make 2 million of GMV this year, coming 500,000 through B2B clients, even before the platform is live, and 1.5 through our B2C marketplace, which we are offering as well. And in terms of where we want to grow, we want to become the European leader as soon as possible, and therefore we're trying to hit the 30 million GMV within the next 3 years.
What do you think is your most successful sales channel or marketing channel? So how do you approach the companies?
We're currently in a very luxury position as 500 B2B clients has fully inbound reached out to us. But what we experience right now is that, for example, LinkedIn and Google are very successful sales channels because we can promote topics such as employer appreciation. It's a lot about relationship building, which is like a very likely and nice topic that you can use on LinkedIn. And that's why we are positioning in the field of HR tech.
More questions. We have 2 minutes almost.
So is it just sort of gifting for Christmas presents and onboarding gifts, or is it also like general merch?
You can also get general merch, but what is very specific is that we have like a high premium. So you would never get like this 30-cent pencil that you would maybe see on a fair, but rather get like a pencil from Faber-Castell. And you can also put your logo on, but it's not a must-have. So we are focusing really on sustainable and nice products, because what we've experienced is that only with this kind of quality you really have like the effect that the recipient is like happy and remembers it.
Charlotte, you have a question?
You already have a strong traction, so where do you see your biggest challenge in becoming the European leader?
I think right now it's all about timing, because what we see, I mean, also when we go back to this slide, we have like a lot of traction coming from the US. US is very strong in corporate gifting, and it's moving to Europe right now. So right now, everything is about being very, very fast to win this kind of race to become the #1 in Europe. And honestly, as we started with our gifting marketplace, I really cannot sleep with the idea that I have missed this chance, and that's what we're up for.
Christmas is coming up. You said, what's your recommendation for our LPs as a present?
If I could now name you like this one product, then it would be boring, because gifting really lives from a very personal touch. And we are helping actually through AI finding also the perfect gift. But everyone is talking about AI, that's why we're using it, but we're not pitching it.
Perfect, great. I think we know, now we know. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Now we know about the new way of gifting, but if we look around this menu, there's a lot of light. And the next startup is not only about light, but light for vertical farming, about growing plants. Let's welcome Crocus Labs.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Galina Garashkova. I'm one of the co-founders of Crocus Labs. We're a Berlin-based startup, and we're changing the way the food is growing in the future. When I talk about indoor farming, 90% of people think about glorified pink fridge in a supermarket. Well, in reality, it is a soon-to-be 30 billion industry that is growing at 27% year on year. And money is important, but with the current climate change, with the current geopolitical situation, I think knowing how to grow food in your country, in your city, also a skill that is quite useful to have. Vertical farming is a new industry, and just like greenhouses, it faces a lot of challenges, but the main one is profitability. So in order to fight with it, they have to grow something more complex than leafy greens, and at the same time, they have to reduce the operational expenses. An average photo period in a vertical farm is 16 hours per day. So having energy efficient and good quality artificial light is the only way for them to survive. Well, good for them, because there is Crocus Labs. We are offering full spectrum of light and unprecedented energy efficiency. And we achieve it by combining our technology on LED chip development, our energy efficient hardware, and also we are building digital twin of the farm to react to the crop performance real time. Since we started 3 years ago, we launched 2 products, we tested it with customers. Last year we got the EIC grant, we closed our seed investment, and we doubled our team. And it all brought us to a super exciting place where we are today. We, a couple of weeks ago, launched our new tunable product that enable you to grow anything from insects to strawberries in the greenhouse to tomatoes in the vertical farm. And even more exciting, I think we found our product market fit, so we are really digging up and working hard to get there. And we are focusing right now on the smaller players. However, our long-term customers are greenhouses and vertical commercial farms in the future. What sets us apart from the competition, except for energy efficiency and quality of the light, is also that we look at the light as a part of the system. So we can advise growers on achieving their commercial needs. And we achieve some really cool results. So we reduced the cost of production of spinach in vertical farm by 22%. We shortened the crop cycle for strawberries and a bunch of other cool stuff. Despite a very hardcore situation in the vertical farming market that's happening right now in Europe, also for the greenhouses, we actually haven't changed our growing plan at all. We're just going to accelerate going outside of Europe into Middle East and Asia for vertical farming, and we're going to double down into the berry market in Europe. And we are raising our Series A starting next year. So if you want to be a part of the revolution in agriculture, I am your girl. Let's chat. Thank you.
Amazing. Also on point, really good. Wow, I'm so interested in vertical farming, and I think the jury is too.
I have 2 questions. First of all, I would love to hear a little bit more about your traction.
Sure.
And also, can you confirm that I understand it right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you have a basically like a smart light, and that's powered by knowledge that you have about the requirements about specific plants. Is that correct?
Yeah, let me first answer the second question, and I'm going to answer the first one. So ultimately, we have a technology, we're growing our own LED chips. We have a patent on how to make it energy efficient, the coating and the material that we're using. This is 30% of energy efficiency. So ultimately, Q1 next year, when we're going to launch those, we can, if it achieves the results that it promised to achieve, we can forget about building lamps, which is going to compete with the LED chip manufacturers. On the top of it, we also have a patent on how to make the hardware energy efficient. We have a horticulture specialist in our team who knows everything about the plants. So just to give you an example, you want to grow strawberry during the winter hours. We tune the spectrum that takes signal from the sun, that takes signal from your climate control, and adjust the spectrum with more far red, with more blue, so your strawberry is going to grow sweeter, higher yields, I don't know, better aroma. In terms of the traction, we just launched a new product that we manufactured in Europe, IP certified, everything, top notch. We have right now in our pipeline around 100K in the revenue with this 200 units, so we sell it at super expensive price, 500 per unit, which is crazy, but people still buy it. And our forecast for the next 4 years, we are going to reach approximately 70 million, but this is just because we're going to have a bigger orders. We are now in pilot, smaller phase.
Thank you for that. Could you tell us a little bit more about your buying persona? So is it B2C or B2B or both? Because
it's definitely B2B. And so B2B long term, it's commercial greenhouses and commercial vertical farms. So imagine just the giant facilities. The niche that we found within greenhouse market is the berry growers in polytunnel. Imagine your normal farm. They want to grow during the winter hours. They build the polytunnels and then they use supplemental lighting. And imagine the size of the farm. All of this needs to have lamps, so it's huge. Where we are right now, because we are entering the market, we are working with smaller vertical farms because all the big ones in Europe, they're dead. We're also working with research institutions. It's the best channel for us to get into this market. And we are also, for example, like Enza Zaden is the seeding company. They have an R&D and they bought 35 units of our lights. So that's where we are.
And it's basically the hardware you sell, or is it the system, and how does it integrate with the other parts of the vertical farming solution?
Yeah, it is system. There's two ways to look at it. Either we like to be holistic or just like to have a lot of troubles, but we are developing on the top of the chips and the hardware, we're also developing our software. That's the digital twin of the farm. How it works, we have sensors in our hardware, we have sensor box that we give to the customers, we integrate through API to the existing climate control systems like Priva or Hogesdom. And how it works, let's say you want to grow spinach and you want your spinach to be crispier and you want to increase shelf life. We program the lighting spectrum for you. The camera sends what's going on with the leaf area. We get the information from the climate and we know, okay, it's getting too hot, so we're going to dim the lights because it's not going to impact the crop so well. I mean, sorry, it's a bit of a complex product, so but somehow it works, thanks to our engineering team. Yeah, but it integrates. Short answer, through API, we can integrate with the old climate systems that are out there.
Laurens, you look ready for questioning something.
No, it's a very interesting case, I think. It's always interesting to have expensive products, so salad is probably more cheap, so I would think also targeting like cannabis and stuff, because it's higher yield. I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, so we are doing right now, we're starting a pilot with one research institution in Berlin. Ultimately, because the thing is like just growing weed is fantastic, but there's a lot of lamps there. We have tunable lights. So if you want to increase the uptake of cannabinoids, for example, you can tune the light spectrum to do it. If you want to increase the leaf area, you can also do it. So to answer your question, salads are fantastic, but there's much more. There's whole Chinese market that's making cheap LEDs for that. What we are aiming is high-value crop. What we are aiming is to change the taste, changing the nutrient uptake to really go beyond with crops that you can grow and focus on high-margin crops.
All right, we don't have any more time for questions, but I think vertical farming is the future, so please give an applause for a startup that brings us into the future.
Thank you.
Nice. You can give it to the next person. We also had some panels yesterday about health tech, and we also have startups here that are presenting health tech. So please welcome our fifth startup, Lipotech.
Hi, I'm Helena, co-founder of Lipotech, and we are giving millions of women more quality of life. I would like to introduce you to Lisa. Since her teenage years, she is struggling with very painful and bigger legs in comparison to her upper body. She was running from doctor to doctor, but whether he said, I don't know, or she needs to do more diets, but nothing of that was helpful. Once a doctor said she might have lipedema, a chronic fat distribution disorder, but she needs to go to a specialist. Waiting time, 2 years. Every 10th woman suffering from lipedema, and 50% of these get their diagnosis after 10 years and more. If lipedema is not detected and treated timely, the clinical picture is getting worse, as you can see here in the picture. Lisa is feeling alone and overwhelmed with the situation that she needs to find a way by herself. We did some research and found out that for all treatments for secondary diseases and non-effective therapies, this costs the healthcare system over 300,000 euros per patient. The suffering path are long, and we want to change it. I founded LipoCheck with my family, my sister and my father. My father is a doctor for over 30 years for lipedema, and when he told us about all the problems and also that he has a huge data set and a lot of problems will be solved if there is an early and objective detection for lipedema, our journey as a family-founded team began. So we started working on an AI image system, where we can detect, actually it's the video, but where we can detect lipedema and rate at which state it is from the comfort of their home via a health application. And we were presenting this to all the patients and the only few doctors the world has, and they were all like, oh, I need this in my practice. So what we've done, we built a dashboard. So they get all the information right before the first appointment and can diagnose timely within a few hours. And we give them more than 80% of time saving, which is very important for them. But what we also recognized, we are collecting a lot of data regarding which is really helpful for the patient. They can track their symptoms and looking what the progress is, and we can offer them personalized education content and programs. Moreover, we collected over 300 experiences from patients and can offer them via a program. Now they have a path, and we're giving them the way. We want to be a legal medical device, and it should get covered by insurance companies. More than 2.5 billion people are struggling with body-specific diseases, and we can help them. We are right before launching our first version, but more importantly, what's our vision? We are able to build a standard care for lipedema and more by using the power of AI and finding solutions for unmet medical needs. We have an American investor who wants to see us in America, and as well as we do, so we're looking for seed funding for this and for the product development. Thank you.
Perfect. Nice. All right, you look like you have questions.
Yes, I think we have a few, so I will just start. Thank you so much. My first question would be, how does the patient pathway look like right now? Maybe also some more information on the treatment then and the checkups, like how regular does a patient has to use your app, for example, and how does that look like?
So the patient get information via social media, internet. She might have lipedema. As I said, there are only a few doctors who are familiar with it and also known it because it's not in the medical study for a lot of doctors. So it happens by accident. Then she's searching for a doctor. It's a long way and looking for information in the internet, but it's overwhelming for her. And the treatment looks like this. It's very individual, so also the therapy successes. And the doctors need to take time to see the progress, and which is really helpful for her. So regarding the lipedema guideline, it's like a 6-pillar therapy concept, which includes compression, drainage, or lymphatic drainage, nutrition, sport, liposuction, it's the operative way, and mental health support. And then you need to look, okay, what are the findings? Does she have edema, for example? It's like the swelling diseases, and she needs to wear more compression. Or does she also have secondary obesity? Then she needs to do more sports and so on. But the most sustainable therapy is the liposuction, and this does not get covered from insurance companies, so she needs to find a way by herself or paying for this.
So it's basically, just so I understand, so the patient goes home and scans herself in her underwear?
Yeah.
So the doctor says, take this, I'll give you this app, and like voucher for this app, and then I go home and scan myself naked?
Yes, of course. So she's downloading the app, then she can scan, it's called LipoCheck, of course, and then she gets the first assessment and all the evaluations. She can use it for early detection, but also for personal checkups, so how is it working. Then she can send it to the doctor of her choice. We have over 50 doctors in our platform right now. Mainly, unfortunately, it's all of them we have in Germany. Then they can send it to them, and all the assessment, all the evaluation, all the history, the case history, and then the doctor can diagnose online and send her this back, and then she can choose if she wants to visit.
Okay, so it's basically because it's underdiagnosed, so you target
It's
people
underdiagnosed,
that think they might have a problem there in this area, that don't know how to have it taken care of, don't even know what doctor they go to, and then with this they have something to go to and know
it's
which
the first
doctor to go to.
assessment. We are not allowed to say diagnostic, but actually we are better than the doctor. Actually.
Okay, cool, understood.
Laurence has a question.
And how many users or like how many cases have you like solved, or like can you track like the effect? Because in the end, it's you send them to the right doctor, right?
Yeah.
And then because you have the most promising, the best doctors for this kind of problem, and then do you track and like what's the outcome you've seen so far?
So the stages, so it's diagnosed in 3 stages. So we can say it's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Also the affected areas, circumferences. So we measure also the body shape and relevant quotients. And what we also see is if there are secondary diseases like obesity, edema. So this could be also very relevant because it's more or less like a scalable technology, because we also see some other diseases already to get the implications if how hard it is hurt to her or which stage is she, yes. Yeah.
We have 1 minute.
And is it a subscription app, or is it just one-off payment until you find the right doctor and then you go out again? Or?
Yeah, we have 3 revenue streams, actually 4. One is subscription model, and this should be covered by insurance companies. That's why we have our first pilot in November with one insurance company. And then we have the connection to a doctor. This is, in Germany, we call it GOR, like Gebührenordnung für Ärzte. And we have the second is the dashboard license, software license for doctors. And the 4th one is we do more homework for this, but we're doing a lot of research. We are in partnership with other research institutions, and we got a lot of requests for our data. And maybe this could be also a business case, but we need to do more homework on that.
All right, we would have 10 seconds. So. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Big applause for Helena. All right. The pitch competition is coming to an end, and we're moving from one woman health tech startup to the next. Last but not least, we have Dr. Vivian Karl. Julia will tell us about it.
Hi. We are making sure that no woman on this planet has to suffer from intimate discomfort anymore. Did you know that there are more than 14 million women in Germany suffer from vaginal dryness? And women in particular suffer from intimate health as they age. So we develop intimate care products that are scientifically based, natural, and and premium. And to encourage women to feel confident about their intimate care, we encourage them to talk about it, we educate them about their health, and we wrapped it up in a beautiful design, our products, so that they feel really confident. And our competitors, they are stuck in the past because research shows that there's a high demand for natural skincare products. And what do? They often load their products with, for example, fragrances that can cause allergies. And we are the bridge that connects medical and cosmetic products. So we are available in over 18,000 pharmacies in Germany, and also through the online retailer Niche Beauty worldwide. Of course, we sell our products via our own channels. And the beauty of our case is that we've been able to develop high-margin products, and that we can increase our turnover tenfold in 1 year. But most important, we make already thousands of women happy. And we've been able to win several awards like the Douglas Award in the category Product and Health Innovation. And we've been guests on the TV show Die Höhle der Löwen just a month ago. And these achievements pushed us pretty hard into the media spotlight. But we are not stopping here. We're working currently on clinical studies to make our intimate cream, our first product, product, a medical product. We are expanding our product range, and we're going international. So you may ask, what do we do with your money? We are hiring the best people we can. We are investing wisely in marketing and in clinical studies to gain further market shares. And who's responsible for the magic? It's my co-founder, Vivi. She has a PhD in pharmacy. She grew up in the pharmacy. She develops all of our products, while I have more than 15 years experience in the marketing and branding field. We have a team of 6 superheroes and investors such as Tina Müller and e-commerce stars like the founders of Jungglück, Mr. Specs, Bears with Benefits, who supports us. And if you want to make sure to get a seat at our table, call us for our seed round in 2024. Thank you.
Also on time. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Oh, the microphone doesn't work?
It's okay, I can shout. Yeah, you know. Tell us a little bit more about the product range expansion in some more detail.
Very good question. So currently we have 2 products on the market. It's the Intimate Cream against vulvar dryness and Intimate Wash Lotion. So, and as I mentioned before, we're working on the clinical studies. It takes us about 2 years to get the Intimate Cream to a medical product so that the customer or the customer can use it inside, so in the vagina. So this is our focus. We want to expand the product range to pharmaceuticals, more cosmetic products, more tools, and more supplements, everything that you can imagine for the intimate health for women.
Thank you so much. One question on the market. So how big is the market potential? Where do you see yourself there?
Yes, excellent and very good question. So I mentioned it, didn't mention it. So we see a huge market for intimate health products for women, and we see that this market is rapidly growing. So when we take our plant product portfolio, so the supplements, the tools, the intimate, the cosmetics, the pharmaceuticals, we see a market potential of 423 billion euro.
One question on the use case. Is it kind of, you had this line going up, I mean, in all stages of life you can need it, but do you need it then for a week or 2, or is it like chronic, or what's the use case for the clients?
Yeah. So with the first products, we're concentrating on vaginal, not vaginal, but vulvar dryness, so we say intimate dryness. And the challenge for women when they get into the menopause is that the estrogen goes down, so the hormones going down, and they never go up. So, and with this in mind, you know that they get more and more dry in the intimate area. So this is something that you can't work against it. This will happen to all of us. And so this is, you can use the cream for all of your life. So this is a problem you can't fight.
And on competition, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of, is it more a positioning, branding exercise, or is it really a secret sauce of your products? Like
It's a good mixture, I think. So we see 3 categories we face. We face the whole pharmacy market. We see the drugstores selling intimate products, and we see lifestyle brands from, I think, very cheap one up to Dr. Barbara Sturm. So, but we have a very special approach that we want to really face compliance. We want to develop products really helping women with their complaints. So this is a health aspect, and we make, try to making it a really, how do you say, like a skincare habit. So we try to breaking taboos by communicating a lot about it. It's very important, because I don't think when we ask all of the people here how many people know the difference between vulva and vagina, there are not so many, and this is where we're starting. We're educating women and men.
Yeah, thanks for the education here.
One more question, maybe on your traction. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because we saw a lot of media buzz, but I guess there's a lot more.
Yes, so we have around 10,000 women who are very happy with our products. We do a lot of in-depth interviews, surveys on the round with our customers. So there, we can say they are very happy with an NPS of 65. And we are concentrating very hard on building a brand because we know one of our biggest challenges are the copycats coming. And so it's very important to build a strong brand from the beginning. And so we use the power of Vivian's, my co-founder's heritage. She grew up in a pharmacy. She has a PhD in pharmacy. So she's developing every product, and she knows she's super smart, and she knows very well which ingredients should be in the product and which not. And this is, I think, one of our advantages.
Nice. Okay, we don't have any more time for questions, but thank you so much. Big applause for our last startup. Thanks. Woo.